I have found the best Pokefusion artwork that you will ever see. But to make it a bit more fun, I wanted to make it into a game. So today I'm going to show you a Pokefusion piece of art, and I want you to guess which two Pokemon were used to make the artwork. Starting with this. Isn't it amazing? I think the base Pokemon is pretty simple to guess, but for the secondary Pokemon, I want to draw special attention to the horns and the chest. So which two Pokemon were used? And of course, you can always pause the video if you want a little bit more time or if you want to admire the artwork. Of course, it was Arcanine and Houndoom. Pretty easy start, I think. Houndoom and Arcanine just really work together, both being fire dog kind of Pokemon, so this combination really works. Next, we have something furry, but with wings and some distinct ears. Again, you can pause if you want some more time, but of course, this is Luxray and Noivern. Now we've seen the caliber of the artwork today, I have to shout out the person who I'm collaborating with, which is, of course, Leoiruga. Now, Leoiruga specifically gave me permission to use their artwork on today's video, and I definitely recommend you check out their Instagram, which is linked down below, for lots more Pokemon artwork, and also includes fusions like Pokemon and Digimon together, which is really interesting, so I recommend you go and check them out. Link is down in the bio for their Instagram, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel while you're down there as well. Alright, let's get back to the fusions. Okay, now to number 3. A very haunting looking Pokemon with lots of tentacles. So, it can be none other than Tentacruel and Ghastly. I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, but the Ghastlies kind of formed together to make like a witch's hat, which really provides more of that spooky vibe coming on here. Okay, now number 4. Maybe a little trickier now, but the colors may give it away or may even make it more difficult. I do love the eyes in this, by the way. This one is the male Pyroar and Corviknight. Now remember that there's a distinct difference between the male and the female Pyroar, with the male Pyroar the one that has the mane around its whole face rather than a mohawk looking thing. So if you said the female Pyroar, I'm going to be mean and take your point away. It is the male Pyroar. Number 5, this one is so cute. I love the Cutiefly and the Joltik just hanging out. But overall, I don't think this one is too hard to guess. It is Cubone and Dratini. I can't help but feel sad whenever I see a Cubone, but I think the image here really looks like it's got hope in its eyes, so that's kind of nice. One of the more intense looking ones so far, I think. This looks like it could be out of Transformers or something like that. With a metallic look on a big bug. Could you guess that it was Aggron crossed with Yanmega? I feel that Yanmega is a very underrated Pokemon, so I already think it's amazing, but this metallic form just made it so much even more amazing. I love this. Number 7, and doesn't this just look beautiful? Our first legendaries that we've seen so far, and is very distinct, although I don't think it should be too hard to guess that it is Reshiram and Lunala. When fusing Pokemon together, I can't help but think about how powerful some of these combinations would be, and when we're fusing two legendaries together, they can only be even more powerful, so it gives you something to think about if this was something that could possibly happen in a future Pokemon game. Number 8, this one looks incredible, and again, the glowing red eyes give it a very nice touch. This time we merged Reshiram and Zekrom for a deadly legendary combo. Number 9, I absolutely love this next fusion, as the vines just look like tails, and the whole color scheme just seems to fit really well. This is Ivysaur and Raichu, and I wonder if some of you maybe thought it was a Bulbasaur, because this is actually our first middle evolution that we've used so far. Number 10. This could be one of the more trickier ones, but I'll give you a clue. It is not a regular Pokemon. Alright, enough guessing time, unless you want to pause it, of course, but this is Cosmog and Mega Gardevoir. It does look a little different to a regular Gardevoir, so well done if you're able to guess that it was actually a Mega. Number 11. This one doesn't quite look like a regular Pokemon either, but it's not a Mega this time. This may also be tricky, but I just love the color scheme, so we had to use it in this video. This is a Zoroark and a shiny Umbreon. Of course, the regular Umbreon has yellow in it and not that blue color. If you haven't yet, now's a great time to go down and like the video if you haven't yet, and of course subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know down in the comments your favorite fusion that you've seen, and of course if you do like this kind of video, let me know in the comments so I can be sure to make more videos like this in the future. And if you didn't know, I also stream on Twitch. Look at all this great content you're missing out on. I got a bad roll with the scoop. The scoop is nowhere to be seen. Ah! No! My brand new shirt! I've literally been wearing it for 1 minute. All right, and back to the fusions. Some of my favorite legendaries fused together for this combo, and if you notice the crest on the head, we can definitely tell that Suicune was used here to, of course, be fused together with Solgaleo. I just love the color schemes of these two Pokemon, so being able to merge the purple from the Suicune and the white with the Solgaleo works really nicely here. This one may be difficult as technically 3 Pokemon were used because Luxray fused with both Corsola and Galarian Corsola. We can definitely see that with the color schemes used here, so I hope you're able to work that out. But I do love that both colors can be seen here in the Luxray, and it's almost like who's going to win, the happy Corsola or the sad, depressing Galarian Corsola. Number 14, and this Pokemon just looks angry, and why wouldn't it be with the offspring of Absol and Midnight Lycanroc coming together? Hopefully the glowing red eyes helps you to guess the form there. I really like this fusion because Absol and Lycanroc are similar kind of Pokemon in their looks and therefore make it easier and more fitting to fuse them. Absol is also known as the disaster Pokemon, and because Midnight Lycanroc is like a werewolf, the two types would go hand in hand to cause a lot of destruction if something like this ever existed in the Pokemon world. Number 15, and can you say it's an off-brand Charizard when it's a Fire Dragon starter? Here we have Salamence and Typhlosion. Okay, number 16, and one of my favorites is this one right here because I absolutely love the detail with the flowers, but the mask in particular is what really shines bright. I really love the mask here, and that is of course Roserade crossed with Lurantis. It also looks like a bit of inspiration here was Phantom of the Opera, but maybe that's just the vibes that I'm getting. This also shows you that not all fusions need to be about power, and some of them are just a cool mix of Pokemon. 2 Pokemon that feel like they could go together for something interesting, and here we go. Number 17, and I think this might be a little harder, but if you look carefully, you can distinguish the 2 Pokemon here, which are Lapras and Spectria. Knowing that Lapras used to be a very rare Pokemon with not many left in the wild and on the brink of extinction, I think this makes this Pokemon even more hauntingly beautiful. Number 18, and next we're going to see some key legendary fusions, and I think you're going to work out the pattern here, but today we're going to start with Suicune and Articuno in this fusion. Number 19, and I really love this electric combination, and I don't know, it just seems like it would be a really speedy kind of Pokemon, so I think that's cool. But this is Raikou and Zapdos. And if you worked out the pattern for number 20, you probably knew what was coming here, but of course the last of the trio is Entei and Moltres, which is engulfed in a lot of fire. I think we can all agree that the legendary birds of Kanto work so well together when fused with the legendary dogs of Johto. The typings work well, and so do the animals to almost give a look similar to a griffin. We've seen a few legendary fusions in this video, but these just work perfectly, and I'm so happy that the artist, Leoiruga, decided to match these up. And that wraps up our 20 Pokefusions. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite Pokemon was out of these fusions, and of course let me know your score out of 20. If you get all 20, I am very impressed. Don't forget to subscribe guys if you haven't by clicking down here, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.